Hello and welcome to a show in which we take enlightening excursions into academic, cultural, and today we take a break from matters purely academic and dare to delve into matters cultural. And what I've done is that I have invited two young men, Alan and Carl, to present a beautiful piece of Kikuyu oral poetry. Now, the piece will be presented in its original language, in Kikuyu. And then the English translation will be rendered. So, those of you who are Kikuyu, maybe out there in the diaspora, you will be happy to hear something that is close to your heart. But those who do not know or speak Kikuyu, don't switch off, not as yet, because as you heard, you'll hear the English translation of it, and I can assure you that you will also enjoy the rhythmical rendition of it in its original language. So, watch right up to the end. This is of prime importance because by that time I will be giving an analysis of the aesthetic beauty and the literary worth of this beautiful piece of literature. In fact, for those of you who are enthusiastic in literature, I cannot wait as we marvel at the beauty of this piece. So, over to the performances now, starting with the Kikuyu rendition of it.
Rĩrĩ nĩ irebeta rĩa Ũgĩkũyũ rĩrĩa rĩngiugwo nĩ tũhĩĩ twĩ rũũru na irebeta nĩ Wakaratha na ha marĩtwa nĩ Carlos Wawerũ kenererai. Wakaratha, Wakaratha nĩ tũrathane na wadatha ngagũthĩnjĩra nacio nyama irĩo nĩ tugi na watugi mature tũhiũ na tuo tũhiũ tũrathe matu namo matu makaurie mbura nayo mbura kameria nyeki nayo nyeki karera njaũ nayo njaũ ikagũra mũka nake mũka gakio cũrũ naguo cũrũ tũkahondoria horo.
And now, on to the English translation of the same. Those of us conversant with the translation of folklore, you will know the problems that are there between translating from one language to the other in order to retain the meaning and the overall imagery. But surprisingly, when we tried this one, we found that even the English translation comes out just as beautiful. Here for your enjoyment.
Here is a piece of oral poem, originally done in Kikuyu, but here I present the English translation, and my name is Alan Maina. Little archer, let's shoot at each other, and should you shoot me, I'll feed you with meat, and the meat will be eaten by the forgers, and the forgers will carve sharp knives, and the sharp knives will pierce the clouds, and the pierced clouds will bring rain, and the rain will make grass grow, make grass grow, and the grown grass, and the grown grass will rear a calf, rear a calf, and the calf, and the calf will pay dowry, will pay dowry, and we shall have a wife, we shall have a wife. She will grind porridge, and we shall gouge the porridge, gouge the porridge. Horror.
Now, on to an exposition of the aesthetic beauty of the song, plus the analysis showing its literary worth. Starting with the title, Wakaratha. Wakaratha is the diminutive form of Muratha. And Muratha means a bowman who can shoot with bows and arrows. So in the English translation, we could only call it little archer, little archer. Now, the effect of the diminutive form Wakaratha is that it introduces some playful bravado on the part of the boys who would be performing this. Remember, they are young boys out there grazing cattle. So it shows them they are warrior-like, yeah? That the warrior blood flows in their veins. And not only that, somewhere in the song now, the starting of the song, it introduces some foreboding because it says, let's shoot at each other. Let's shoot at each other. It brings the foreboding, as I say. It fills us with fright. But it does not end there, because the singer pronounces himself when he promises to feed the adversary with meat. So it's not a matter of foreboding anymore. And the situation now escalates into one of mysticism, in that the song introduces the aspect of prospecting for rain, when you're told that knives that have been carved by the archers will be shot into the sky, and in this way they will pierce the clouds and bring rain. And that's not the end of it. That when the rains fall, yeah, when the clouds are shot at, they will let forth rain. And the rain is a promise of growth and prosperity. And indeed, this is what happened, because grass grows, it rears a calf, and then after that, now there is dowry to pay. There is bride price to pay for a wife. And ultimately, the climax of the song is when the wife arrives at home and she immediately takes up her duties. And this is now, it is the ending of the story. It is the denouement, the expected reality that young people would marry and there would be there would be happiness in the family. There would be happiness in the home. There would be happiness in the clan. There would be happiness in the community, because among the Kikuyu, they really loved children. They loved children because that one, it says to what they call Rorere Ruthereme. That is, let the tribe grow. Let's have the numbers. So that is the expected reality that the song promises. Now, technically, let's look at the technical aspect of it. This being a children's song, it has got short lines. And short lines enhance memorability. It makes it easy for the children to be able to commit this song to memory. And therefore, they can sing it out there in the pasture over and over again, and happily for that matter. Then, to ensure rhythm and melody, the lines have got equal number of bits. Wakaratha, Wakaratha, neto rather ne. Na wonder that, gagu thejira. I'm sure you are able to pick up the strong and the weak bits. 4 bits. Therefore, if anybody said that our people are not creative, again, we are dispelling the myth here. Because now you can see this song employs what is known as the iambic. The iambic, that metrical foot which makes poetry rhythmical. Then, each idea is introduced after each alternating line and then repeated in the line below. And of course, this is done for emphasis. So if you look at the English translation, archer, archer, let's shoot at each other. And should you shoot me, I will. There it is. The line, the idea is introduced and repeated for emphasis. As already said, the climax of the song is when there is a calf is grown and therefore there is bride price. And because there is bride price, it means that the young person can get a wife. And the real happiness is when a wife is at home and she takes on her matrimonial duties, that is preparing food for the homestead, and that brings happiness. Then it doesn't end there. The song has got an idiophonic ending, and that is horror. And this is a simulation of the sound that would be produced by somebody gouging the porridge that has been prepared. So what we can say is that this idiophonic ending spells out the expected reality. The expected reality. The beauty of this song is that it lays bare the lifetime a young person would be expected to live, at least up to the time they marry. We can conclude that this is the real informal education that the young people are being taken through, and they know what to expect in their life. That they should be dutiful in doing their work, and that if they're dutiful, they will prosper. And because they will prosper, they will be able to graduate to be adults. And when they are adults, they can have wife. So, that is it. A Kikuyu piece of oral poetry. I promise you more. So let me remind you, like and subscribe so you'll get notified of the next one that is coming soon hereafter. Bye for now.